Welcome back. This week will be episode number 2, and we're going to go over how to find a location, what to look for. Don't sign that dotted line until you have a location. And we're going to go over don't believe everything you read or hear. Filters, it's not a set it and forget it. It can be passive, but you got to work it. So the first one is find a location first. That's what Everest, I feel like, kind of got me on. Oh, just sign, and then you'll have 6 months to find a location. And it got close. Like, I think I got to month 4, and the machine was being delivered in like a couple months. But I found a location, and but if you get in these Facebook groups I mentioned last video, a lot of people buy these machines and they can't find a location. And I think someone actually bought 2 of them and couldn't find a location. It was crazy trying to sell both of them at the same time. I mean, shit, that's 100K roughly, depending on what size VX you get. But so talking points on location. I was inside of an RV park, 350 slips. I think it was out of season. It was 60% in season, which was like November to March, April, snowbird season down in Florida. It was almost 100%, but I didn't have any road frontage. I was inside the park. I guess I should have done more marketing out on the front of the road, just signs and stuff. I didn't do a good job of that. So if you are going to do that, you definitely need to make sure there's signs, but no road frontage. I actually sold more water inside the RV park than I did ice, way more water. So I would say high foot traffic, convenience store, grocery store. Man, if you could get in front of a grocery store, even inside of a grocery store like Publix, they do the Primo water. Find a smaller mom and pop grocery store and try to put one inside there or outside the store. But good foot traffic, great visibility. Cannot stress that enough when you're looking for a location. Next thing I put down was don't believe everything you read or hear. Everest told me the filters last up to a year. I think I barely got 6 months out of it, and I know a lot of it has to do with your water. And I wasn't on a well; I was on city water, but water's different. A lot of minerals or irons or metals in it, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I ended up having to change them, I think right at 6 months or a little below. And the only reason I knew it is because it kept saying, like, in base camp, that, what was it? Like, it would be like a timeout on the ice maker. Well, it was having trouble, the ice maker, Scotsman ice maker, having trouble pulling water through the filters, and it was like delaying ice, and it was longer drop times, I found. Normally I would hum around 14 to 16 minutes. That was at night. During the day, you're not going to get that. But once it started getting about 18-minute, 22-minute drop ice times, that's when you kind of know your filters might be going out, just like a sign. So just be prepared. You're going to be ordering filters, and that sometimes they were out of stock on Everest, and you're waiting. Look around, look on Amazon. I mean, if you can easily find them out there, probably. Price check them. Sometimes stuff's cheaper if you buy it through Everest. Sometimes it's more expensive if you buy it through Everest. But yeah, you can find the same products out there. Don't feel like you got to go through the Everest store. But they got a lot of good stuff in it that you need for the machine. It's not a set it and forget it type of business. Don't think you're going to set that machine there and it's just going to work and crank out ice and you're going to be a millionaire at the end of the year. Nah, bro, it don't work like that. You got to go check it once a week. You need to clean it. Sanitize it. You gotta purge I can't think of the word, but descale. You gotta descale the machine. Like here, and I'm in Northeast Florida, it's very heavy mineral water. I say minerals in the water. I don't know exactly what the technical term is, but yeah, I had to descale it. I think within the first 6 months. So, and it's super easy, but the machine is down for quite a few hours and you're having to take time off to go do that. And yeah, it was once every few months, but unfortunately I had some breakdowns here and there and I'd have to drive up there, go check on it, try to troubleshoot it myself. There was a couple times I had to get Everest involved, and they were good. They managed it. They helped me work through it. They sent me the parts I needed. because it was still under warranty at the time. When I was having some issues, I kept popping motherboards. And come to find out, in the manual that Everest gives you, they recommended putting a step down transformer on an inline going in, power going in the machine. I was too hot. I think I was like 240, 241 volts, and it needs to be between like 208 and 230. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me on that, but it needed to be lower than 240. That's why I kept popping motherboards, which controls the front of my machine, which takes your credit card and cash. That's kind of important if no one can pay you. I'm sitting there with a damn barrel full of ice and water to vend, but I can't take any money because the motherboard kept popping. So about $400 or $500 later, I got a step down transformer installed, and the machine worked fine. No complaints after that. But it was just getting there. I was down for a month. Parts were delayed. I think one part did get sent incorrectly. No big deal. Whatever. They shipped it out pretty quickly next day to get me the correct parts. Like Everest tried to hustle, so I give them props for that. I mean, they know, but the electrician, he looked at the motherboard and he's like, this is a garbage brand. He's like, I would never put this on any type of machine because the machine itself does have a step down transformer. And that also blew as well. It just couldn't handle the power. He goes, it's just a weak step down transformer. It's not a good brand or company. He goes, I'm really surprised they put that in this machine. That's more residential than commercial. So it can be passive. I'm not bashing the ice business too much here. You have to find a solid location, man. I cannot stress that enough. Great visibility, great foot traffic. And you're gonna know your competition. Holy shit. Northeast Florida, twice the ice. They own the corners, man. They own those good spots. I give them props for that. And granted, these were old machines, older twice the ice machines. But they have the prime spot, and damn, man, they crank it out, because they got that location. And they can handle the volume. Whereas Everest, you have a barrel, and it holds 550 pounds of ice, whatever. But it can't keep up with a few thousand pounds of ice, it's just the hopper holds more with twice the ice. But anyways, know your competition. As far as that goes, but it can be passive. I've seen some people out there that own the Everest machines, and they make good money off of them, but they have a good location. Some of them paid cash. I didn't pay cash. I financed, and that's what hurt me the most is shit. I was paying $400 a month in lot rent, $1,800 a month to Leaf, the finance company, so $2,200 a month. Factor that into your monthly bills. That's almost my mortgage, so $2,200 a month plus a mortgage. Think about it before you go signing that line, or even paying cash for it. But you can pick up some good machines. I imagine not even used, probably still in the crate anymore. You make a deal with them, they probably want to get rid of them. So if you are looking to purchase one, they're not bad machines. You just know it is not a set it and forget it is what Everest tries to sell you on. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Thanks for tuning in. And next week, I'll come up with something else that I did. Enjoy your weekend.